Hello everyone, I'm Bo from Brutal Commentary, and today I'm going to be breaking down our next matchup for UFC Perf. In this one, we have Louie Sutherland versus Justin Tafa. Sutherland is 10-3 as a professional, 4-1 in his last 5 fights, while Tafa is 7-5-1 in his overall career, 2-2-1 in his last 5 fights. Now, for Sutherland, this is going to be his UFC debut. He was the heavyweight champion at LFL, which actually he won the belt in his last fight to get this shot at the UFC. Meanwhile, you look at Tafa's last 5 fights. He knocks out Parker Porter, then a no contest Austin Lane, which he avenges by knocking him out cold. That's his last win in September of 2023. Since then, he's been on a 2-fight loss streak, losing to Carl Williams, and then most recently at UFC 312, getting knocked out by Taliesin Teixeira. Looking at like Sutherland and Tafa, they're very similar to each other. They're both big men in heavyweights. One would be more of a blob, I suppose you could say that'd be Junior Tafa. The other one has more of a physique you would see like, I wouldn't say bodybuilders, but those heavy lifters. I'm forgetting the term off the top of my head, but that's what Sutherland looks like. All those strongman competitions you see, that's him. But honestly, there's not much to say in terms of overall skill sets for, say, Justin Tafa. He has big power. That's about it. If he can land that kill shot on you, he wins the fight. He does have tremendous knockout power, but it's heavyweight, so usually all it takes is one punch to end the fight. But Sutherland also has really good power himself. I'd say he has some more diversity, and I feel like he's a bit more patient with his shots than Tafa. That being said, Tafa also is a bit patient in on himself, where he will try and line up that perfect shot for his right hand. That being said, I've at least seen Sutherland during his regional scenes at least incorporate more techniques. And by that, I'm not saying he's like going out throwing flying knees and stuff, but at least he's actually using knees more than just one big right hand. Plus, he will use the clinch and smother his opponents. He does go for takedowns. He's more well-rounded than Tafa, that's for sure. That being said, again, when it comes to picking heavyweights, especially ones like these two, it really comes down to who's going to land the first shot. Because either one of them are going to knock the other out. I definitely see that happening. The question is, do I think Sutherland's going to land it first, or do I think Tafa's going to land it first? Now, of course, there's another question I suppose there is. Can Sutherland do more than Tafa? The answer is yes. He can go for takedowns. He can stall in the clinch. And he can do more than... And he does have some overall other offensive options than just swinging and banging, as Derek Lewis would love to say. Honestly, man, I can't trust Junior Justin Tafa worth a damn. I can't trust either of the Tafa brothers, if I'm being honest. At least for Justin Tafa, there's always the shot that he does land the shot he needs to and wins by knockout, sure. But does he land against Sutherland? Maybe. Now, Sutherland's got a pretty good chin. He's only lost by knockout once. The other 2 losses were to decisions. Now, granted, those other 2 losses, besides LFL, he also lost to Bellator and the PFL. So maybe you can say, well, when he goes to one of the higher echelon promotions, the worldwide promotions, he seemingly loses. Therefore, maybe he would lose in the UFC. That's certainly one way to use MMA math to determine the prediction. I can't disagree with this logic, though. Just because, how proven is he against a UFC level athlete? Well, I can tell you this. If he's not beating Justin Tafa, I don't see him beating many other heavyweights in this roster, even if it is still the weakest men's division in the UFC. Overall, I think Justin Tafa is a good test. If Louie Sutherland can beat him, I think he has some potential to get ranked. I mean, granted, it's not that hard to get ranked in this heavyweight division, but beating Justin Tafa is certainly the step in the right direction. Now, looking at the odds, it's almost a pick'em. Plus 105 for Sutherland, minus 125 for Tafa. I understand. At the end of the day, you got to trust the UFC level athlete more than a guy making his debut, and with a fight that really hinges on who's going to land the kill shot first, you would probably think about a guy who's made a career off it more with Tafa than Sutherland. Physical attributes, overall there's some differences. Sutherland stands at 6'3" with a 76-inch reach, while Tafa 6 foot, with a 74-inch reach. I gotta go with Sutherland. I've been thinking about it. Even when this fight got announced, I know I didn't know much of Sutherland until I saw his debut, his regional footage. But I can assure you, I could trust him much, much more than I would Tafa. It's like, what is there to say? Lately, Tafa's not looked good. Carl Williams thoroughly out wrestled him, and then Teixeira ran him over in 30 seconds. Now, granted, low blow helped with that, but still. I just don't think I can trust Tafa. Now, if he lands the kill shot and knocks out Sutherland, oh well, that's egg on my face. And all this shit I'm saying will look absolutely stupid in the long run. But I think Louie Sutherland is more well-rounded. I think he's going to land the kill shot first, and I think he has more weapons in the arsenal to help him win this assignment. So I'm going to go Louie Sutherland, and I'm going to go with a knockout. A decision is very possible, but I prefer the violence option, so I'm going to pick a knockout in this one. But I'd say decision's probably a safer bet, if I would say, because lately these heavyweight fights have a lot of decisions in these heavyweight fights. But that being said, I am still going to go with Louie Sutherland to win via knockout. Now, with that being said, as well, that has been my predictions for this fight. If you like the video, comment and subscribe. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the overall fight. Next up, we have Jake Matthews versus Neil Magny, a fight with a lot more depth to break down into it for sure. With that being said, I've been Bo from Brutal Commentary. I thank you all for listening. Take care.